Imagine driving down a lonely desert road in the dead of night. No cars, no lights. Just an eerie silence pressing against your ears. Then, in your headlights, you see it. A figure too tall, too thin, with glowing eyes that pierce through the darkness. But as you slow down, it smiles at you. That's when you realize this is no ordinary creature. You've just encountered a skinwalker. Skinwalkers, whispered about in hushed voices, feared for centuries, and said to be able to shift their form into any animal, or even mimic a human. The Navajo people warn that speaking their name can summon their presence. But what if you don't just speak of them? What if you see one? What if one sees you? Encounter number 1. The thing in the woods. It was supposed to be a simple camping trip. 5 friends, deep in the Arizona wilderness, sitting around a crackling fire. As the night grew colder, they shared scary stories, laughing nervously as the darkness crept in around them. Then the laughter stopped. From the trees, a low, guttural growl echoed through the air. Not an animal, not human, something in between. "Did you hear that?" Jake whispered, his breath visible in the cold night air. Then they saw it. A figure, impossibly tall and thin, standing just beyond the fire's glow. It had hollow eyes, and its face looked human, but not quite. The skin stretched too tightly over its skull, and when it moved, its limbs cracked like dried twigs. Then it spoke. "Let me in. Please. I'm lost." But the voice was wrong. It was their friend's voice, perfectly mimicked. Yet their friend was right beside them, shaking in fear. In a panic, they grabbed their gear and ran for their truck, refusing to look back. But just as they slammed the door shut, they saw it one last time, crawling toward them on all fours, its mouth splitting into an inhuman grin. No one ever spoke of what they saw again. Encounter number 2. The stranger on the road. Driving alone at night is eerie enough. But for Alex, a cross-country truck driver, it became his worst nightmare. It was past midnight, and he was cruising down an empty highway in Utah. No streetlights, just the moon and the endless road ahead. That's when he saw it. A woman, standing in the middle of the road dressed in a tattered white gown. Her back was to him, and she wasn't moving. He slammed on the brakes, his heart pounding. As he honked, the woman turned around, and his blood ran cold. Her face was distorted, as if stretched beyond human limits, her mouth too wide, her eyes black voids. Then she opened her mouth, and Alex swore he heard multiple voices speaking at once. Then she sprinted at his truck, impossibly fast. Panicked, he floored it, speeding past her. But as he checked his mirror, she was no longer there. Instead, she was sitting in the passenger seat beside him. Alex doesn't remember the next 5 miles. All he knows is that when he finally came to, his truck was parked on the side of the road, his hands gripping the wheel so hard his knuckles were white. He never drove that route again. Encounter number 3. The house in the desert. Isaac had just moved into his new home, a small, isolated house near the New Mexico border. At first, everything seemed normal, peaceful even. But then, the knocking started. Every night at exactly 3 a.m., someone or something would knock 3 times on his window. No matter which room he slept in, the knocking followed. One night, he worked up the courage to check. Slowly, he pulled the curtain aside and froze. A man stood there, inches from the glass. His skin was pale, almost translucent, and his eyes completely black. But what terrified Isaac most was the man's grin. A smile too wide, too forced, like it had been carved into his face. Then the man's head jerked to the side, and he whispered in Isaac's own voice, "Let me in." Isaac moved out the next morning. The truth about Skinwalkers. Whether you believe in them or not, Skinwalker encounters have been reported for generations. The Navajo warn that speaking their name aloud invites them closer, that acknowledging their existence gives them power. And those who have seen one, they say you should never, under any circumstances, follow the voice in the dark. But if you ever do, don't look back. Do you think Skinwalkers are real? Have you ever experienced something you can't explain? Let me know in the comments. And if you've made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, because next time we're diving into something even darker.